It's Talking Flicks with JT and Grant Lee.
Yeah, hello and welcome to another Talkin' Flickster. JT here with the wonderful Mr. Lee.
Hello, how are you this week, Jay?
Were you waiting for an intro or something? Well, I gave you a nice intro.
Yeah,
Was that
I
not good
was.
enough?
Yeah, you did, and that's why I just jumped straight in. I just went, you know what, that's just me. I just jumped straight back in.
Yeah, well, how are you, Mr. Lee? Been a good week so
Yeah,
far?
it has been a good week. I've worked many days. It's been a really good week, and I've got a few days off coming up in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to have a very short week, so that's really good.
You having a day off? Never. That would never happen.
Actually, I shouldn't say that because my boss might be listening, so I better not say that.
He generally listens. Andrew generally listens to these shows, does he not?
Yeah,
Yes.
Andrew and Sally both listen to that, so it's like, they'll be ringing me and say, "You got a day off? What? Why?"
Oh, well, that's okay. We can punish you on the show, so there's still plenty of time for that. That's great. But we are still in the middle of school holidays, and our Talkin' Flickster this week is actually going to be reviewing a great school holiday movie, Paddington in Peru. It's been talked up for so long, it's finally here.
Yeah, it has. And like when it actually opened in the UK, it actually had one of the biggest openings weekend since No Time to Die, which was in 2021. So that's a few years since we've had such a huge opening, which it was really, really, really good. But in the last week, it's actually taken over 51 million worldwide, and 5 million of that is just for Australia. So it's doing really well.
They love Paddington in the UK because, it is a UK film. However, a lot of people get confused and think that Paddington is British, but he is not. He's actually Peruvian, isn't he? That's the trivia on it. Yes.
Correct. And he actually went to and ended up at Paddington Station. And I have to say, that is one thing. When you go to London, you've got to go to Paddington Station just to see Paddington and say, I've been to Paddington Station. So, but he isn't British.
Let me guess, you've been there before, haven't you? You've been to Paddington Station.
Yes, I have.
Yes. And you had a selfie while you were there, no doubt. So.
Yes, I did. Oh, look, I'll show you one day. I'll let you have a look.
Yeah, I'll look forward to that day. We'll be out talking Flickster in just a sec, but this is Paddington in Peru.
Dear Aunt Lucy, I have very important news. We're coming to visit you. The Browns are coming to Peru.
Get ready, everyone! He's coming! Oh, what a handsome boat. Hola!
Smooth, strong, easy on the eye, and that's just the boat. Voila!
Aunt Lucy! Paddington, we're here! Aunt Lucy!
I'm afraid she set off on some sort of quest deep in the jungle, and we have no idea where she is.
Aunt Lucy found me when I was a cub. Now I have to find her.
But the Amazon is quite... large.
We have to try.
And I have faith that you will survive.
This will be fun. I can show you where I'm from.
Well, we wanted a holiday to remember.
Is it me, or is it getting a bit choppy?
I appear to be driving the boat.
Welcome to Peru.
Yeah, he's back in a big way, Paddington, and so is our Talkin' Flickster for this week. Chloe, hello.
Hi, how you going?
Wonderful. Great to have you back, Chloe. How you been?
Oh, good. Enjoying school holidays, doing nothing.
Oh, that's always good, though, isn't it, Mr. Lee? Don't you reckon to do nothing in the school holidays? Sometimes it's just nice to stay home and play board games.
Yeah, I'd love to have a job that I could do that. You're very lucky, Chloe.
I'm not playing board games. I'm not 80, but I'm doing other cool things.
Well, I was playing a board game just last week.
Oh, sorry. I hope it was a young one.
I was playing with my son. He's only 11, so we're playing, what was it, Monopoly. Monopoly NRL
Oh,
edition.
that's not that bad. That's not that bad.
No,
Yeah.
that was a good game. Good game. Yeah, lots of fun.
What? Not the Tamworth version? of
No,
Monopoly?
no, not the Tamworth version. That's a shame. I don't know where I lost that one a little while ago.
Oh,
Oops.
dear, oh dear.
Because you don't feature in it, Mr. Lee. That's the reason why I don't play it. So
Yeah, well, I understand that. I get that. Anyway, let's move on to the movie. So, Chloe, what did you think of this one compared to the last two movies of Paddington?
Well, I had to rewatch them because I didn't realize it had been so far in between the second one and now. It was like 7 years, and I'd forgotten how good. I actually really liked the second one. But I went on Friday to see it with my little one, and I actually really liked it. It wasn't as good as the second one, I don't think, but it was still pretty cool to see it when, different, being in Peru instead of England. It was kind of cool to see all that.
That's one thing that kind of has come out in a lot of reviews is people saying that it's a big change, especially the first two. You've got Britain, you've got London and the train station and whatnot there, and the beautiful London backdrop. And this is very different going to South America. You've got, really bushy and the wilderness and things like that. So how do you find the comparison between those two? Like, as you said, you've watched the first two and seeing the change in scenery. What did you think of that?
I thought it was pretty cool. Like, it's the cultural the difference in the cultural things and the landmarks that they're talking about in the rain in the forest and stuff was pretty cool. And I mean, I think it's just maybe shining a light on something a bit different. Like, I think, we all probably expected another one in England, but it was different. And I don't think it was as funny as the second one, but I think the lead actors probably have a lot to do with that. Like, Hugh Grant being in the second one makes a big difference, I think.
He's actually quite funny because look at him in Wonka, playing an Oompa Loompa, and like he's actually branching out and doing some good things. What movie was it? The first one that Paddington was in the bathtub going down the staircase with the water? Was that the first one?
Yeah, that's the first.
Yeah, that's what I thought because that's all I remember of the first one was him in the bathtub going down the stairs. So there you go. Something
within like the first 2 minutes.
Oh, well, there you go. And it had Nicole Kidman in it, so we won't go there. So with this one, did you notice anything different with the mother who played Mary Brown?
She looks I know she's not the same person, but she looks way younger than the original. Like, she's, gone backwards 10 years. But I did recognise her from Notting Hill, because she was in that. But it was interesting because my son heard the voice and he was asking me about Cars 2, and she plays the secret agent in Cars 2. And I didn't actually pick that up until, partway through, and he's obsessed with cars. So now we like that mum and not the other one.
That's right, because I've actually spoken to a few people and no one even knew that it was a different mum. Sally Hawkins was the one who played originally, but for some reason she didn't sign up for this one, so which is a shame.
It's been a lot.
But if people didn't notice, that's a good thing, isn't it? So there you go.
It's not a lot on her either. Like in the second one in particular, there was a lot with her and Paddington. But in this one, I think the family, I mean, although they're in it, I suppose they're trying to take a backdrop. They're in the backdrop because he's in the forest with the other characters.
And when you got to find Aunt Lucy, because that's the whole idea of the movie is, she's been acting a bit funny, and I think it's actually a really good move for them to go to Peru to see his homeland and see where he grew up and what he's actually done, because that is the next stage, I thought. So maybe the next movie they'll go back and they might bring all his bear friends, because now I'm sure he's got some new relatives, so they might all move to London, England. I don't know.
It was very clever.
So I shouldn't say.
I thought it was very clever how they did that, and I thought, the whole El Dorado, looking for gold, the city of gold, and then the city of gold is, the city of where the marmalade's made. I thought that was really clever.
Oh, he loved his marmalade. Yes, loved his marmalade thing. Antonio Banderas, his addition to the movie. What did you think about Antonio? Because he's got that voice, isn't it, that just really stands out, so distinctive. And when you got a movie based in, say, South America, you got to have him in there.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like he does well no matter what he's in, and he's really good in kids' movies. Like Puss in Boots is so cool, and watching him, his voice, like you said. But I think he's kind of funny. Like he can joke around, and he played this character's kind of like, it's almost like he's got split personalities, and he's talking to all of his dead ancestors, and he's kind of wacky, and it totally matches his personality.
It's a good thing. And talking of other people, with the other British cast of Hugh Bonneville, Julie Walters, Olivia Colman, who I just adore. I think she's one of the best actresses out of there. She's so good. She plays the Reverend Mother. Of all things for her to play the Reverend Mother,
singing nun.
It's quite funny. Yes.
Yeah. She's really funny.
The other night, my wife and I just watched Little Letters again, and Olivia Colman in that was just brilliant.
You're gonna do the do it. Come on, do it. Do the accent. No. Come on.
No, I'm not. No.
She's actually in Wonka as well. She's really good.
Oh, she was? Oh, there you go. The other actress I really love is Imelda Staunton, who played the Queen in The Crown. I think she's really talented too. So she actually plays the voice of Aunt Lucy. So it's good to see
there's a few of them from The Crown. Yeah. She actually, Olivia Colman kind of gives me like Julie Andrews vibes in this, because she's singing and it's really cool.
There you go. See, she's a threat, really, isn't it? She's a triple threat. She can do everything, Olivia Colman. Yeah. She was in Doctor Who as well.
Doctor Who again. Gosh.
Yes. I had to bring it up. Every podcast.
Unfortunately,
bring it up.
Unfortunately, Chloe, my New Year's resolution last week was to be nice to Mr. Lee in 2025. Yes. And so I'm trying to uphold that, but I do have you on the show today. So
I was going to say, lucky I didn't make that resolution.
Yeah. So you're here on my behalf.
Still don't know what he's talking about.
I cannot believe you've never watched one. That's just really, really sad.
No, it's very good. It's very good. Now, your favourite actor or bear, who did you love in this movie, Chloe? Who, if you had to pick a favourite, I know it's probably hard. It's like trying to pick your favourite child. Who would you go with? Who did you love the most?
Okay, I only have one kid, so it's actually super easy for me. But I was going to choose Olivia Colman, but I thought Antonio Banderas was my close second. But I thought I liked her singing, and she was kind of, funny in it. And I thought she's so versatile, like Grant said. I've seen a lot of things with her in it. She's very, very talented, I think.
Yeah, good pick.
I'm so pleased.
And you don't think she's going to be a baddie?
No. And that's the good thing about this movie. There's no real baddies, is
there? Twists and turns all the time. You never know what's happening.
Oh, I like movies like that. That's good. And especially in a kids' movie, because it would keep adults thinking as well. So that's a good thing.
Well, yeah.
Now, without saying who or what, were you surprised with the cameo that was in the movie?
Do you know what's so funny? When you actually mentioned this to me, I did not even stay long enough in the credits to notice that this had happened. And I had to go, I looked it up online and watched it, and I couldn't believe I missed it. So don't leave the cinema. I saw the part where, they were taking photos and going around the city. But then what happened after is very cool, and I can't wait to see the next movie now because, that's going to be very cool. Not surprising, but I think maybe they realised that that's the golden ticket of the franchise they need to bring back.
Oh, that is a very sexy tease. That really is. That's got me going.
Again, can I just say, from my point of view, I never leave a movie until the end. And I see so many people walk out and I go, Oh, and then I talk to people and go, oh, did you see such and such? They go, no, when was that? I went, at the end. And they go,
Oh my God.
we didn't stay.
Look, I got used to this with the Avenger movies. Like, I don't leave for half an hour after those suckers finished. But when I take Max to a movie, like, by the end of it, he was like, when are we leaving? He was walking up and down the steps. Yeah.
Now, look, I can tell you the reason why Mr. Lee's the last person there, Chloe, because he wants to suck every single cent out of his ticket, right? So he's waiting right at the very end.
He's sleeping there for the night.
For his $16.50 or whatever it is, right? He wants every cent of it. So.
Yeah, exactly right.
His wife, Wendy, says, come on, Grant, let's go. And he goes, no.
He's like, if I wait long enough, the next movie will come on. They won't even notice.
I'll hide in the back row on the floor.
Oh, jeez. He's telling us where he's hiding now. That's good. We know all his hiding spots.
I could jump up and surprise all the staff.
Oh, wow.
Jesus, how terrifying would that be?
Yeah, well, we all know
would be.
We all know he enjoys a bit of the good old tasers, so he's probably got that with him.
A Grant in the dark.
Okay, well, talk of Flickster last week, Duncan. He had a question for you for this movie, and the question is...
How's the animation for Paddington? Like, does he feel as present and real in that movie as I found the characters to be in Sonic 3?
I feel like he looks super real. I was paying really close attention to it even in the second one today. But the bears look really very real. I mean, some of the scenes you can see maybe kind of like CGI a little bit, like when they're flying maybe. But everything else looks like they're actually in the rainforest and that he's real. But there was a different writer and director in this movie than the first two. So I thought it might be different, but no, it looks the same. It looks good.
Yeah, a lot of effort must go into some of those graphics when you think about it. And the fact they can do that, they can mix it, with a real life family and things like that. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and even when they're, touching him or like it just looks like super real. Like it's hard to explain. Like his fur will move or something. There's just the way. I mean, if you watched that 10 years ago or 20 years ago, it's come a long way.
Yeah, definitely.
Can I just let you both know? If you stay through the credits, you'd actually see how many people who are involved in the movie. So you'd know that,
wouldn't you? You could probably tell us every single last person.
The credits literally went for half an hour, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Grant knows the person who did make up 20th in line after sitting there watching the credits. So
those people deserve a nod. So good on you.
That's good, and because you know what? How bad would you be being one of the last people in the credits? You really would feel ripped off, wouldn't you? Like
yeah, especially when you do all the work.
Yes, and they're probably the ones that do, and they're the ones that probably drive the bear and all the actors around.
Yeah, well, it's all animation, Yeah, and these big actors. I mean, there are a lot of big English actors in this. Like, even when you're watching it, you're spotting them like from Bridget Jones and Harry Potter and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Downton Abbey. Like, they're just everywhere. They get all the top of the list, and these poor guys are right at the end. I feel bad. I'll say next time.
All right, Chloe. Well, Grant's going to give you some choc tops now. He's opening up the freezer, and he's going to give you 5. And you've done this before. You know how it goes. 1 being least favourite, 5 being it was really, really good. What is your score for Paddington in Peru?
I'll probably give it a 3.
Okay.
Well done.
There you go. We'll give that a round of applause. That's really good.
Yeah, not bad, but not good. It was like, I'm reading a lot of reviews that say the same thing. They're like, it's not as funny as the second one. Everyone raves about the second one, but I think this is not as funny, but it's still enjoyable. Like it's still a nice movie.
And it's different, as we said at the start of it. Like there's, with different scenery, the story's changed completely, and we get that insight into where Paddington came from in this one. So, I think when you try and change things, there's obviously people are going to have a bit of a different opinion. So, it would be interesting to see, how everyone goes with it. But I think based off, just some of the animation and the graphics and the backdrop and that looks really good. So, and school holidays here too, so even better. Great chance to take the kids to see it.
Yep. Yeah, and it's only just started, so it's on for ages now.
It will be on for a little, until the end of school holidays at least.
Yeah.
Hey, Chloe, just before we let you go, I have a quick question. Because it's the new year, what movie this year are you looking most forward to watching? Do you have
Oh my gosh,
anything in particular?
I've been looking, okay? It's my thing.
Yes.
In the next little while, I'm coming in to see the Timothy Chalamet's new movie
yes.
on Bob Dylan.
Oh.
Complete Unknown, it's called, which starts on the 23rd of January.
I can't wait to see that, actually. It's going to be really good.
Hmm.
What about you
It
guys?
is. Yeah, well, I'm actually looking forward. I know this will sound really funny, but I'm actually looking forward to quite a few movies this year. I actually can't remember any off the top of my head at the moment.
If you want, Chloe, go back to last week's episode. Just give it a rewind. It does go for a little bit of time. So, Grant does waffle on for a little bit, so you may have to fast forward, but there's a few in there, and whatever you can.
There is. Yeah, I
was going to say
I can't remember.
The Rock's got a new movie coming out this year about a boxer. That looks good.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. I am looking forward to Concave, which starts next week, so I think that'll be interesting. So, yeah.
Yeah, and Happy Gilmore too. How can we go past Happy Gilmore too? Come on now.
Yeah,
that's going to be epic.
That's true. Yeah, Adam Sandler. Yeah. Did you see him at the Golden Globes when he was doing his
Oh my God, so funny. The Chalamet part, so funny.
Yeah. That was.
Yeah.
Now, talking of podcasts, next week our Talking Flickster is watching Concave. Do you have a question for our Talking Flickster for next week, please, Chloe?
Okay, so I'm a bit of a Stanley Tucci fan, so I suppose, how does this film stack up to his other films where he's pretty quirky, like Easy A or The Hunger Games or Devil Wears Prada? This is a pretty serious movie, so I wonder how it compares.
It does look intriguing, doesn't it? We get a bit of an insight to everything happening at the Vatican.
Yeah, I read a little bit about it, and it's got a bit of a controversial background about it. How he was a different gender than he thought he was, or something, or had different body parts and needed to relinquish his title or something. It was really interesting.
That's definitely deep. Definitely.
Yeah, I know. It was too serious for my movie situation for me.
Well, we'll just stick to Paddington.
For our podcast.
Good luck for that guy next week.
Well, speaking of next week, Mr. Lee, if you want to get involved and be a Talking Flickster like Chloe, what's the best way to go about it?
Yeah, just head to our websites, which is forum6.com.au or odeon5.com.au. Click on the link that says Talking Flicks, and then just underneath the logo, you'll see where it says you want to be involved in our podcast. Click on there, answer a few simple questions, and there you go. That's it. So we'll hook you up to go watch a movie on my credit card because JT just never, ever, and I say this every week, because you just never offer to buy the ticket, JT. What's going on?
This is just not good enough, Mr. Lee, right? I made a resolution to be nice.
And that's why
your resolution was to not be nice, obviously. So you know what?
I keep saying.
Do you know what I think this calls for, Mr. Lee? I think this calls for some happy music and our goodbye song.
That's it. Thanks so much, Chloe.
No
I
worries.
really appreciate you coming on.
Sorry to hurry you up, Chloe, but
that's okay. I'll work on my good nasty bits for next week. Time.
No, definitely do. Please do. You're welcome any time if you want to have a go at Mr. Lee. Just have a think about it, and we'll talk.
He brings it on himself, really.
Yeah, he does. That's right. Yeah.
But the good thing is JT can't say anything bad because he can't. So I've got a whole year of doing this, so this is going to be fun as.
Now you hold on, Mr. Lee. You watch yourself. Well, anyway, we will catch you. We will catch you on Friday at midday for our normal podcast, and we'll see whether or not my resolution will continue or whether or not I break it nice and early this year. Just so you know, Miss Lee, I don't usually last the whole year, so. I don't usually last 2 weeks, so we'll see how we go.
Yeah, you're lucky to last a day. Okay, see ya.
Catch you on Friday.
Bye.
Want more Talking Flicks? Get your fix with every episode anywhere, anytime. Just search Talkin' Flicks on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, forum6.com.au or odeon5.com.au. Until next time, we'll see you at the movies.